Hi there, welcome to Yakuza 6, The Song of Life. I really enjoy this game. I've already played this one before, so joining me to replaying this one with Grandpa Kiryu. Let's go. And he also unlocks a sub-story. There's a dart sub-story. Isn't there always a dart sub-story in these games? I think there is. I also have to go buy some Rise Up protein. So I can get that guy on my baseball team. Rise Up's there, and the arcade's there, so may as well go to Rise Up first. Well, hey, why waste time? I'm thinking if I can just go, why waste time? Right, because I could stumble on a sub-story. That's true. Okay. I'm not going to do the Rise Up training now. I will do it fully later. I don't know which one he wants, so I'm just going to get all. And they're pretty good because they boost stats by 100 for most part. Grab all those. Now I've got I guess, the one he wanted. So that's good. Because, yeah, I might stumble into the sub-story here or there. I don't know. I do know I'm gonna stumble into one over here. Well, let's stumble into one and trigger the sub-story. Okay, so I have to be Did you guys actually come inside? I have to be a medium opponent. Play this. Jerks. Big focus. No! Flubbed it. That lost me the entire match right then and there. No, it did, but makes it tougher. Oh, that smooth flubbed it. Oh, that was bad. At least I got a triple 20, but like, we'll see how much score she gets in this round. Well, she gets 150, she beats me. Oh, yep, she's already ahead of me.
Nice pull.
Nice, low ton. Good for her. So I do need to actually smart up and get some good stuff here.
She is.
Because she cannot win in the next turn, but she'll win after. So I have to put myself in a place that I can win with my next 6 starts. Oh, thankfully I got the double 20. I flubbed the timing so much there. Okay, high time. Thanks. Alright, I'm in a position that I can win this. Hey, Crankies! Thanks for following. I really appreciate it. Hi, dude. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. I'm Gribsora. I like streaming a lot of JRPG games, like the Yakuza series, as well as the Final Fantasy series. So yeah, just come along for the ride. I have played 0 to 4. I've played like 3 hours of 5 and been like, nah. it's way too slow of an opening, and it feels so janky compared to all the other games in the series, oddly enough. So I played 0 to 4, a little bit of 5, played 6. I have played 7, but I haven't played it on the channel yet. And we've played Judgment here on the channel as well. I'm hoping to play Lost Judgment as well in the future. And in February here, I'm planning on playing Ishin, the samurai version of the Yakuza games. Single 17, double 16. What's double 16? Where is double 16? Here. Single 16, okay. Who's my favorite character? You know what? Honestly, Majima is phenomenal, right? He's just so... He is the energy anytime he's in the scene. Ichi is also really, really funny from 7. I do like him as a character. He's a really solid change from Kiryu. But honestly, I really love the tonal change from Judgment. I really love Yagami, like, and how he's still kind of like doing some criminal shit, but he's doing it from the side of justice. So that change was really, really cool. Cool, I got the expert cards. Dope. Then I have to beat the heart. So I'd say probably it goes Majima, Yagami, Ichi, and then Kiryu. I'd say that's probably the order I enjoy those characters. Okay. So I have to beat this person, and then I think I unlock the sub-story to be like the strongest dark dude. Shit. Well, that's a great start. And see, even if I get in the white, it doesn't matter too much. It's still pretty close. Low ton. Solid. Unfortunately, it's going to take 7 darts for me to win this. Unless she wins right now. My favorite game. Oh. This one really got me to go through the whole Yakuza series. I really do enjoy that. 0 is also great. But I would honestly say Judgment, and then 7 would be my favorite games. I really, really like Judgment. It was so much fun to play, really interesting. But yeah, I think it's Judgment and then 7 are my favorite games. 7 was also really fun and really different take. I'm not the biggest fan of turn-based RPGs, but they made me love it with 7. And I think the reason why is, one, the characters, but also the entire like redesign of like the formula, and the sub-stories were amazing. Sub-stories were a ton of fun. So I just biffed that there. I super biffed that. Oh, shite. Okay, I might win. I think she can win this. Not if she gets a 0. Oh. So I'm actually super excited to play Ishin, because that's also going to be a very different game. But I'm also super excited to play Lost Judgment, because I've seen little parts of it. One, I've heard the story is amazing in Lost Judgment. And 2, the brain, work. Oh, there's the whole high school sub-story arcs, which is like, I know it's going to be a lot of grinding on my part, but I think it's going to be so much fun to just like go through and like bring all these classes to nationals and things like that. Will be super funny. 19 is there, triple 19. I'm doing a really terrible showing of my skills on this one. Who's your favorite character? Level 16. And nice. Majima, yeah. Honestly, the Majima Everywhere system made me love Majima so much more. That he would just like dress up as like a traffic cone or a police officer or in drag. Technique? No. Do I also have to be the easy person? I don't know if I have to be the easy person. I might have to be the easy person. Or do I have to go to Bata? Yeah, Majima is super, super solid. I love his character. I think... I don't know, it's just a theory, but I feel the reason they tried to put less and less of an influence on Majima in the preceding games is because they realized people liked Majima so much that they were like, shit, we gotta make sure people like Kiryu. Just don't put Majima in the games. It's like, well, okay, but like, we like Majima. Majima's cool. Why are you making us not be able to play with Majima? Like, that one was weird. And then alternatively, they created a bad guy in this game that they're like, hey, so we're just gonna bring him back as a good guy in 7. Because we liked him so much. Yeah, really, like, I mean, because it's like, oh, Majima's been sent to prison, or Majima's like, Majima has to go into hiding, or Majima's over here. It's like, okay. Yeah, honestly, I hope so too, because with the way they've framed 8, I'm guessing 8 is gonna be, awesome. I think 8 is going to be kind of an actual proper send-off for Kiryu. I think that's what they're trying to do, because spoiler alert, Kiryu shows up in 8. We don't know how, we just see him in the trailers. It'd be cool if it's also a send-off for Majima as well. If they're like, hey, we've got Daigo, we've got Majima, we've got Kiryu, we've got Seijima. These guys are old. Well, especially Majima, Seijima, and Kiryu. These guys are old. They've been in this for a long time. So, gotta get them going, right? And they gotta be on their way. So, yeah, I think they're gonna be a lot. Yeah, they've got a lot of stuff to work on for that. And it would make sense because I think development cycle-wise, they probably are going to be spending the longest time on 8 because they've got the formula from 7, so they just have to build upon it. And they decide to go for Ishin rather than just release 8, which I think tells me that they're spending a lot more time on 8. The other thing is I think they're trying to re-figure out what they're doing with the Judgment series. Because initially their plan was to have Judgment be the character action series going on, and the Yakuza, or now Like a Dragon series, be the RPG style going forward, like turn-based RPG. And that's the decision they wanted to try to have, right? And yeah, have a new generation with Ichiban and his party in the future games, right? But since there was a whole hullabaloo around the actual proper actor playing Yagami, and that was the whole reason why until recently you couldn't get the Judgment games on PC. Who knows? They might recast Yagami, they might scrap the Judgment series entirely, they might start the Judgment series up again but with a different character. Who knows? Yeah, I'm a PC player too, and I've been like, okay, I'm either going to play Judgment on a PlayStation 5 when I eventually get it, or on PC. That's it. Because because it was already pushing the hardware for PlayStation 4, and like saw horror stories that the load times were really abysmal on PlayStation 4 and things like that. So it's just like, and Lost Judgment I think didn't even come out on PlayStation 4. So I was like, come on, dudes, come on! I want to be able to play this in a great way. So I'm so glad they came out on PC, and now I'm able to stream it, which is so great. Which I didn't have to buy a capture card to do that. Ooh, is this my favorite game series? Yes and no. I'd say it's definitely up there. I'd say my favorite game series, probably of all time, would be Kingdom Hearts. And the reason for that is because Kingdom Hearts actually was one of the first games I really played a lot when I was younger. Just one second. Hang around the bar, challenge, your piece of work, how about it? Okay. I just wanted some music to play. Yeah, so Kingdom Hearts came out, and I played it a lot when I was in a very, developmental part of my childhood. When I was still renting games from the library for a handful of days, and I played through it, and, it was Final Fantasy and Kingdom Hearts, or Disney. It was amazing, right? So I played through a lot of that. I didn't get into the Yakuza series until later on, in my early adult life, but I really love these games because they're so wacky and jokey, but also super serious melodrama, it's ridiculous. GTA, and that's the thing is, for me, it was Kingdom Hearts. That's what I ended up attaching to. I know a lot of people it's Call of Duty. I know a lot of people, it's GTA. They grew up playing San Andreas, then they played 4, and then 5 was the biggest thing for them. I mean, the fact that 5 still has this massive, community for people doing the role-playing stuff is great for them. It obviously it's the joke that the 2 most released games of all time are Skyrim and GTA 5, because it's released and re-released and re-released basically all the time. Not even just on different consoles, but re-released on the same consoles, but different versions. But no, I totally get it. GTA is a pretty solid series as well. I really like Final Fantasy as well. I'm not the biggest fan. I haven't played through all of it. As I said, I'm not the biggest fan of turn-based RPGs, but I really love the shift they've made towards action-based combat with 15 and then 7 remake, and then with 16 coming up, which I'll also be playing, because that type of stuff's cool. I like being a bit more in the combat. Yeah, well, I think that's the thing that gets me with the Yakuza games is, listen to this music. This is goofy music. I'm about to ramp up to playing the best darts player in all of Japan. What? Or earlier, I was a mascot for a small town and I beat up punks. But at the same time, you have some of the most heartfelt, sincere moments out there. And I think that's the other thing about the game series being they make sure it stays enjoyable. They change every game slightly enough that it feels better, more improved, and interesting, with the exception of 5. That is janky as all shit. I hope they remaster it, because it's so jank. It's so jank. But you have these moments with these characters that you've grown with Kiryu over the period of time of streaming this. I've gone through almost all the games, and you grow with this character, so any pain you feel, or the character feels, you end up feeling, right? Some characters that have spanned multiple games, you're I actually care about them. If 8 comes out and Majima properly dies, I'm gonna be gutted, because I've been with him for so long. Yeah, the story here of 5, like, fully is one of the most confusing ones. The reason I bounced off it is, one is the movement felt really jank, and a lot of the menus felt super jank, especially, like, even up until it, I actually felt like 4 was still great, like, solid menuing. It was old style, but it was solid. But, like, 5, I felt the menu was just rough. But then after 5, like there's other parts in 5 that are interesting. Like the car driving thing, interesting. Taxi, like actually having to drive a taxi like a proper taxi, less interesting. That just slows the momentum of the game down. Also, the first fight you majorly have as Kiryu, you feel so weak compared to any other thing. I went up against 2 goons and they kicked my ass. I'm like, what? Like, I know Kiryu, you've taken a break, but this shouldn't be that bad. Oh yeah, no, if Majima died, that would be top tier, like, one of the saddest moments, like, for a lot of people. Like... Okay, I had a... Yeah, because I'll play darts, let's go. Yeah. You know, like... Did I not get the expert darts? I guess I didn't. Whatever. Yeah, and I think that's the thing. For me, games really need amazing characters and stories. That's what gets me into games. Like God of War and Final Fantasy VII and Kingdom Hearts and things like that. Games that I've actually physically cried to. Like, if a game can make me feel emotions and cry, I feel it's nailed it. I wonder if Haruka will see Kiryu is alive now that he's back in the fold with 8. Yeah, good question. Cause yeah, I mean, we haven't finished this game, but this game does kind of fall on a weird end note between this and this one and what's it called? 8? This and 7. Because 7 just happens and it's like fully new story, basically like none of the characters are the same, which is great. Don't get me wrong, it's great. But like, you still feel like there's things that are like not tied up. But I feel like that's probably, that's the same people had at the end of 5 going into 6, because at the end of 5, you end up in a scene where Haruka, you know, like, quits, basically announces to the world, hey, my dad is a Yakuza, what's up? And then you see Kiryu bleeding out in the snow. That's how it ends, right? So, who knows? Again, I really did enjoy the gameplay of 7. I did enjoy the goofiness of it. They played into the goofiness. Like, the fact that you can summon a Yakuza patriarch in a diaper as a summon is amazing. Is so much fun. But also, like, the characters are great, too. The other thing that is really great, I think, about Yakuza 7 is actually the money-making minigame in it. The stocks. Honestly, is one of the most enjoyable money-making minigames in the entire series to me. Because you gain a good amount of money, and it's not overly complex, and it doesn't take too much time. Like, I watched, like, Family Guy in the background while I was grinding, and it was super chill. Oh yeah, I know he has huge shoes to fill, but like you can see him filling them. Boop. Triple 20. Triple 20 and a 1. Oh shit, that was a single 20. I mucked it. I literally mucked it. Well, we're gonna get double 20. I mucked it barely. How did the guiding game? Yeah, Yeah. I mean, some people really love the Cabaret game. I was kind of neither here nor there. on the cabaret. It was like, you know, it's relatively easy. You just grind it in the background, and it's also pretty low key as well. Like, I do admit that. So it'll be interesting to see if they just like how much they change it, if they change it, right? If they change the cabaret game to like be a little bit more optimized and a little bit cleaner, a little bit looking better, great. Honestly, I'd be super jazzed on that one. I am. And now the dude's here, the main man himself. Yeah, I think that's the other thing is they come out with some really interesting minigames. Like one of the really fun ones in 7 is basically Mario Kart. Like what? Like the drone racing was interesting, but it wasn't the greatest. Like it was fun. But the best is 100% the Mario Kart basically in 7. And you play it and it's got a proper story and there's weird wacko characters. I think that's the other thing I love about 7 is that they really dug into the really like, hey, if it's not the main story, it is batshit insane bonkers off the rail nonsense. But main story is still like incredibly serious, incredibly important, incredibly like deep written mystery. And I think that like taking it up to the 9th degree was really a fun go at it.
I've been watching you guys play.
English. Yeah, well, because I mean, like, if you do all the romances in 7, like, you do get like a little bit of a scene, but like, it's not an actual like love. Like, that'd be interesting if it's like, oh, by the way, Kiryu met this slice lady and they fell in love, and yeah, right? Who knows? Because at the end of the day, I do want Kiryu to be happy. Like, he deserves it at this point. Like, he deserved to be happy way back when, like, with Morning Glory, but that didn't work out. And then he deserved to be happy in 5, but that didn't work out. And then he deserved to be happy in this game after serving his sentence, but that didn't work out. So...
not you.
Yeah.
You.
Yep.
Nani?
Yes. What's your name?
Name?
You have the potential to be a great player. Kiryu-san, I hope you continue to enjoy darts and keep polishing your...
Sounds good.
I look forward to the day.
Cool.
知らん。そうか。
What can I have? Are you gonna give me basic darts? Intermediate darts. Nice.
いける点数。
Okay, so... I think I have to go beat the lady in the arcade again in order to trigger what's his face to come get me again. Yeah, it's so yeah, we'll see. If nothing else, I'm super excited. I'm playing Final Fantasy Crisis Core right now. As well. So I'm playing Yakuza today, and then Crisis Core tomorrow. Morgar Talisman and... Yeah. So, for me, like, the only thing that stops me from properly 100%ing most of these games, or a lot of the Yakuza games, is, actually, I don't even know if they have it for this one. Oh, actually, no, right. This one is the easiest one to 100%. I forgot. No, actually, no, never mind. This is why I do not... This tab right here is why I do not 100% these games. I do not 100% the awards. Because it's just like... Some of these are just like so much. Like, get all these scores in the arcade, or or beat all the mahjong things and get a certain hand in mahjong and get this certain hand in mahjong, and it's like, no, I'm good. So for me, my completion criteria for the Yakuza games have been get all the trophies, so like Steam trophies or PlayStation trophies, and complete all sub-stories. That's kind of what I consider completing a Yakuza game, to me. But I'm also, like, for me, like, yeah, Poyo Poyo, jeez. For me, like, I like at least 100%ing or getting, like, the platinum on any game that, like, I really enjoy. So if I really enjoy a game, I really want to go for that platinum. But you know, it's kind of one of those things you just have to see if you're able to do, right? It takes a lot of time, but good on you for finishing all the awards. How good is Final Fantasy? Okay, if you like turn-based RPGs, I would start by playing 10. Yeah, I think I'd start by playing 10 if you like turn-based RPGs. If you like a little bit more action and you're like a bit tentative, I would first and foremost recommend 7 and then 15. 15 is a bit big, it's got its issues, but it's decently fun with its combat. 7 feels tight on everything with its character action, everything like that. But it's got, yeah, you're right, it's got a ton of games. I can't go back and look at them. They remake a ton of things, they redo things, some things get retconned, some things get unretconned. It's too much for me to be a full Final Fantasy fan. So for me, like, 7 is the only one I'm, like, kind of getting into. Yeah, like, yeah, so, but I feel like, I honestly feel Yakuza 7 is a really solid mix between, like, RPG and non-RPG. I'd say the only other one that is probably close to that would be Persona 5. And a lot of the Persona games I know are very similar to that, where it's like a turn-based RPG, but it doesn't feel like that dragging feel, I guess, of a turn-based RPG, where it's like, attack, use super move, use item, attack, use item, use super move. Like, and the fights do go for super long. I think that's the biggest thing that 7 has going for it, is that you can delete fights, especially in your late game, right? So, who knows? But yeah, if you want, you can tune in tomorrow, and I'm playing Crisis Core, and you can check that out and see how you enjoy that. Yeah, so that dude, 100% same brain cell all the way. My literal thing with Persona 5 and the reason I don't want to play it is because, one, I know I'll like it, but I know because if I like it, I will want 100% it, but you can't really 100% that game without, like, hyper optimizing the run, and I feel that would take a lot of the fun out of the game. But I don't think I'd want to put 200 hours into that game to play it twice through. So I think that's the issue for me.
Nice.
Is that I don't really want to put that much time. Because it's a massive game. So, who knows? I'm probably going to also be playing the Harry Potter Hogwarts Legacy game when it comes out in February, so we'll see how that goes.
Nice.
That could be a ton of fun. Oh shit, you got a ton of I'm doing. Yeah, no, exactly, right? I feel like a solid length of a game is anywhere between, like for me, is between 50 and 90 hours. 90 hours if it's like a massive JRPG, and like 30 of those hours are like grinding and doing things. If you wanted to get 100%. but also not putting a limiter on it like that you can't get 100% otherwise. Jeez, okay, I'm messing up so bad right now. But yeah, if it's like a 120-hour game, I can't. Like for instance, Skyrim. I cannot play Skyrim. I cannot play Skyrim because it is way too big of a game. It's intimidating. Similar to Breath of the Wild. I can't play Breath of the Wild because it just like it fully intimidates me. So.
Daddy.
Yeah, I think if 8 is similarly to 7 or a little bit longer, I think it will be perfect as well. Unless they've got a lot of things to add. Unless they've got a lot of things to add that make that are worth adding. Which I can totally see them being able to do, but I feel otherwise there's not much point. Oh. Single 19. Okay, so I mucked it, but I didn't fully muck it. Oh, I fully mucked it. Holy shit. How much can I choke? Holy shit, how much can I choke? Yeah, Yokohama in 7 is really awesome. If they add another map, you're right. If they add another map, I think that could work. Okay, god damn it. Do I actually have to get a particular score to trigger this? I'm gonna double check, because I want to finish this before I end the stream today. Sub-stories. I think this is like a chapter 1 or chapter 2 sub-story that you can unlock. You can unlock this one pretty quickly, I think, right? Search. Legendary Paul Showdown with Poland. Here we are. Wow, you didn't get to unlock this until chapter 6. I am on the final chapter. I'm not quite at the point of no return, but I'm basically in there. So I'm gonna do a lot of grinding over the next week. Okay, so maybe... Huh. Did I miss something? I feel like I've missed something. Because it says go over to see Paul Lim, but I thought at Batam. But I was like, I'm pretty sure like he was meant to appear at the Club Sega and be like, hey, come fight me at Batam. What did I think of Yakuza 4? Yes. I'm trying to remember 4. Oh, 4. I enjoyed it. Pacing was a bit weird. How it's like, oh, new character. Like all momentum stops, reset from the beginning. Okay, well I'm just gonna do this off stream. I'm just that's how it is. So it was, I mean, yes, okay. Yakuza 4 was really interesting. It was like, you know, when you change characters, the momentum like screeched to the halt. It was really interesting to see 3 different characters' storylines. That was really interesting to see how they all tied together. That was interesting. Story-wise, I think Saijima's was the weakest story, and actually I think Kiryu's story was the second weakest in that game. I really think that Akiyama and what's-his-face's stories were actually far more interesting. with their character development. Their sub-stories were a lot more interesting. Just their general characters were super interesting in that game. Tanimura, that's the one, yeah. Yeah, it is, right? It's very difficult when there's multiple protagonists for RGG. But I think the thing is, they did it well with 2, and then they were, or with 0. So they were like, hey, can we do this again with adding more people, right? But, you know, I don't know. I think I gotta see, because I do know in Lost Judgment that there's actually a Kaito DLC, which I am intending to play as well. And so we'll see if actually when you play that, if it's like, that's it. If they want to do a character arc, they gotta release it as its own standalone DLC, not in, like, mingled with the game. I think the biggest thing for me that potentially, like, was the real rough part about having multiple characters is because each character is individual. They have their own stats, their own money, all things like that, right? But the problem with that is then you have multiple characters to grind, and unless you make that easy enough for the player, they're not gonna enjoy that. They're not gonna have fun grinding these characters out. Because at the end of the day, it's not fun to grind those characters so far out for multiple characters. The other thing is it's not fun when you have a character going into the end of, like, their section of the chapter, and it's like, awesome, I'm playing as this character, I've played with him for like 3 chapters of his storyline, he's feeling strong, like I got a good amount of health, I got a strong attack, I've got all these fun, cool moves, and now you're going to this new character that is super slow and has very little health, and you don't get a lot to do, and yeah, you got none of your stuff, right? Like, the jump from Tanimura to Saejima in 4 was, I think, the biggest pace stopper, because it's just like, spend 2 chapters, very, very short chapters, but 2 chapters in a prison with basically no moves, nothing to do than advance the story. And I gotta say, the Saejima thing in the prison had one of the things that I was like, this is one of the stupidest moments in, like, Yakuza history of, like, hey, I know we're escaping prison, but I'm gonna just stand here and monologue because I can, but then I'm gonna make this weird decision where, like, should I go, should I not go, we're brothers, and meanwhile I'm just like, dude, just fucking hurry it up. Hurry it up. Come on, guys. You are escaping prison. You're gonna get shot. Like, just hurry up. And it's like, oh, he got shot. Oh, no. Who could have seen that coming? Right? Like, if they make things way too telegraphed or do things a bit too stupid, that's when I dislike the Yakuza series. I mean, like, 0 had this bad, and I was mentioning this earlier, is I'm happy when a character death is what I would assume as deserved, right? Like, hey, this guy got shot. Okay, yeah, he's gonna probably die. It was pacing wise. Yeah, great, sure, makes sense. But in Yakuza 0, there were multiple times where there was, hey, here's a gun. I have bullets. How many bullets do I have? Infinite. Like, the amount of, like, when a main character dies or a main supporting character dies because somebody has shot their 12th bullet out of a handgun, I'm sorry, but no. No, you're not just bang, 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 bang. Oh, well, I'd better not reload because that'd just be silly because I've just got an infinite mag. Now I'm gonna use this 1 bullet to kill this guy. Like, that type of stuff kills it for me. I'm just like, wow, you Like, if you showed, all you'd have to do is show that he has reloaded in some sense, then it's like, okay, I get how he got the bullet. But like, right? Things like that, or honestly, I think Nishiki's death didn't really need to happen, but, you know, it did. So, who knows? Oh well. I do want to say, you know what, Cranges, is that how you say your name? Like, I want to say oranges, but with a C. Cranges. I have thoroughly enjoyed chatting with you. I really... Dating Yakuza 0 first, I didn't expect everyone... Right? Right? Like, seriously. But I really want to thank you for following me. I really, really do. And I want to thank you for chatting with me. It's a joy to chat with people who have played this game and just chat about, like, the silliness of them, like, all these different details, because trying to convey to your friends, hey, I play a game as a Yakuza person, a mafia member from the Japanese mafia, who will solve incredibly deep conspiracies with the government with the second version of the Yamato, a wartime secret, but at the same time will dress up as a mascot and beat up punks on the street and then play with kids, and then also dress up as the same mascot to tell a girl that she should get her life-changing surgery, and then if she does, she'll eventually get to marry you. Like, trying to tell people about the just nonsense of this game is tough. So I really appreciate you coming by and chatting with me. But I'm gonna end off the stream here. I had so much fun. I actually went longer than I thought I was gonna. But I'll be back here tomorrow, 9 a.m. PST, and we will be playing Crisis Core. So we'll be continuing on Crisis Core with Zach's story and trying to see if we can go save and chill. I don't know if we're doing that. I mean, he did, like, kill his mom pretty darn quick, so I don't know. This is a weird game. Like, they actually, like, kind of have it almost one for one in that game. So a lot of the dialogue is super weird, and the story pacing is, like, as if the game came out 15 years ago, because it kind of did. So we'll be back for that. So please catch me there. And until then, hope you guys all have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your evening and day. And take care of yourselves, take care of others, and I'll see you guys when I see you. Till next time. Peace. Hi there, welcome back to Yakuza 6, The Song of Life. I really appreciate you joining me to play this game. I really enjoy it, so it's going to be a ton of fun, and let's keep on going. But I would also really appreciate if you left a like on this video and subscribed. It really helps a small channel like myself grow. But that being said, thanks again for watching, take care of yourself, and take care of others. Peace.